Hey everyone, Michael here. Welcome back to the channel. Bitcoin just broke down last night, so we're going to talk about the good stuff, the bad stuff, and the really bad stuff concerning the Nasdaq. First, let's talk about the Nasdaq because we're at a crucial point yet again. We're about $700 away from breaking down below this yellow line. This is the Nasdaq monthly chart. This is the 200 weekly moving average on the Nasdaq. Every single time we come down below this, really bad times happen in the market, and I'm in really bad times. .com bubble 2008. Only times that we've ever broken down below this line. Now let's move over to Bitcoin. We did break down below the 19,770 level. So if you guys did take a short position, you guys did make a little bit of money here. We went as far as 18,800, a pretty bad time for Bitcoin and the altcoin markets right now. But here's where we have a little bit of hope. If we go over here to the daily chart, we still have an opportunity over the next couple weeks here, as long as we do not crash and break down below the lows of last week, the 17,662 level. We still have the opportunity to break back above that 20-day moving average, leading into maybe a more prosperous July, even if it's only temporary, okay? Now, here's the thing that you guys need to be worrying about as far as the technicals are concerned. We did break down below the 3-to-1 Ganfin level right here. This was a pretty big level of resistance. We weren't able to break out above it. If somehow we can close above 19,320 by the end of the week, then we have that hope of trying to bounce above that 20-day moving average. If that doesn't happen, we're most likely going to be breaking back down, probably closer to the $15,000, $16,000 level. And as far as any, major support levels after that, we have to go back to this cluster. Last time we bounced off of the cluster pretty darn well. And, we're going to probably see a little bit more resistance this time around the 16,500 levels. And then maybe there bounce up a little bit, probably looking at a pretty large crash, but kind of breathing back up somewhat similar to what we saw here if we really do have to unfortunately take that big dip down, okay? So be very, very careful about that. And the good thing here as far as why we might have a more optimistic July is, even though we're very, very close to breaking down, if I go over here to the daily chart and go way back in time in history for you guys will see that back in 2008, we did bounce off of the 200 weekly moving average before eventually breaking down. We have not actually bounced yet. Even with the .com bubble, as bad as that was, we still managed to bounce for a few days, few weeks actually. So if we can get a bounce, that'd be a prosperous July, followed by a disastrous August, unfortunately. So keep that in mind, guys.